Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the channel. My name is Kelsey, aka the Empress, and today we are back with another pick a card reading, and we are looking at messages for my starseeds, my lightworkers, my healers, my old souls. Okay, so out in front of you we have 4 different cards, 4 different images to choose from. And I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath, really ground yourself, connect to your intuition, connect to your guides, connect to your higher self, and ask which one or which ones of these cards is holding the messages that you need to hear at this time. And we have pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I will have the timestamps to the beginning of each reading in the description box below, as well as in the pinned comment. So go ahead, take your time, really feel out which one of these cards is calling to you. Go ahead and pause the video if you still need a moment, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to group number 1. Hello, my beautiful group number 1. Those of you that chose image number 1 here, this reading is for you. And we are looking at messages for my starseeds, lightworkers, healers, old souls, right? And I definitely am feeling a sense of light around group number 1. So some of you guys may be going through a current kind of awakening or a raising of your vibration. There's just something here where it's like you're very much so connected to like the higher realms at this time. But let's go ahead and we're gonna read the message here on the back of this card, and then we will get into your tarot and the rest of your oracle messages. Okay, group number 1. I am also really picking up on this pink on the sides of this card right now, and there's just like this gentleness to this energy that's coming through here. So a message that I'm getting is to be gentle with yourself. Why do you expect so much more out of yourself than anybody else around you? Or why do you hold yourself to such high expectations that you aren't able to meet? Okay, so that's coming through here. But let's go ahead, group number 1. And we have healing. The Lumerians were healers, naturally intuitive and accustomed to navigating energetic-based realities. We all have natural healing abilities that are advanced when we deepen our energetic awareness. When we perceive the world beyond the more well-known senses, we start to receive information and wisdom different from that which stems from intellect. By tapping into life force consciousness and using this abounding energy alongside focused intention, we realize that anything is possible. Extend the margins of your awareness. Revisit a situation from a broader perspective or higher vibration with a focus on healing. Perhaps the issue is simply an outdated or limiting perception placement. You have the ability to align to a fresh new timeline inspired by wholeness. Okay, so I feel like group number 1, you guys are currently going through a healing process within yourself. And with that, it's going to add to like your ability to heal others. Or it's going to activate your ability to heal others. For some of you guys, maybe you're wondering, like, am I supposed to be a healer? Some of you guys may even be wondering, like, what is my purpose here? What is the purpose of this life? I really feel like you guys are currently going through this energetic transformation that's allowing you to heal some very deep wounds from your past. And this healing process is going to be kind of a catalyst for you to find kind of how you belong in this kind of healing community, if that makes sense. Interesting. Okay, so group number 1, let's go ahead and get into some tarot and see what other messages we have for you at this time. For group number 1. We have the Page of Cups with possibility. The Seven of Cups with choices. And the Lovers with commitment. Okay, group number one, what I'm really seeing here is that with this shift in your own energy, there are going to be a lot of possibilities that open up here with the Page of Cups. There's going to be a lot of new doors that open up for you. And you're going to have to decide which one you follow, right? And you're going to have to commit to that path. And this may be part of where your healing is coming in at, group number one. This healing may be coming in your ability to commit, or in your ability to make a decision. Some of you guys may really struggle with making decisions. You may really struggle with having to decide what you want. You may not know what you want, group number one. And this kind of healing from these deeper, kind of more subconscious wounds is really going to help you with that. So some of you guys here, group number one, you may really struggle with staying on task. You may struggle with holding a job. You may struggle with staying in a relationship for one reason or another. I just feel like there's this constant sense of having to leave the back door open so that I can leave when things get too intense, or when it gets too real, or when I make a mistake. That may be a very big kind of trigger for group number one, is if you make a mistake, you may feel like you have to leave or run away out of the fear of the repercussions from that. And that could definitely stem from childhood or past wounding. And I feel like your guides, group number one, as you move through this healing, your guides are asking you, but what happens if you stay? What happens if you confront these fears? What happens if you make a mistake and you don't run away, but you confront it and you fix it, or you try again? Right? It's not picking up a paintbrush and trying to paint an image and not being able to create that image or recreate that image on a canvas, and then putting the paintbrush down and saying, I can't do this, and never trying again. There's a process to learning. There's a process to gaining skill and to evolving, right? We never get it right the first time, group number one. We never get it right the first time. We're never a professional the first time. So there's something here as well for group number one on being willing to kind of start where you are as a beginner, and being open to the possibilities of growth and of transformation, instead of resisting all of the possibilities out of the resistance to acknowledge that you have to start where you are. And again, I feel like these kind of mindsets or these belief systems stem from your past, group number one. There's something very, very strongly ingrained within you about not being able to show your weaknesses or your vulnerabilities, or that you don't know how to do something. You may have been kind of shunned or disciplined for doing things wrong, or for not being able to do certain things, or not having certain skills. You may have felt very ashamed for not being able to do things that maybe other kids your age could do. So that's really wanting to come up and heal. And again, the message that's coming through here from your guides is, what happens if you stay? What happens if you work through these mistakes? What happens if you try again, right? I love that. So let's go ahead, group number 1, and pull some oracle cards for you and go a little deeper into these messages. For group number 1, please. We have Will with the waxing gibbous moon. Yeah, there's definitely something here about your force of will, your strength, your determination to keep going. We have the 10 of Wands on the bottom of the deck here, which talks about responsibility. It talks about determination. It talks about hard work. We also have resilience on the bottom of this deck, which feels very similar to the 10 of Wands energy. It's resilience, it's hard work. And I feel like you guys have been doing this, and I feel like your guides are saying like it's time to really harness your will and your determination and your resilience and try again, or keep going. Don't give up, group number 1. Don't give up. Willpower, courage, strength, bravery is what you're really being asked to embrace here, to be able to move through these triggers that cause you to want to run away. You're being asked to stay even though you're uncomfortable, even though you've made a mistake. Really embracing this idea of commitment to build trust and with yourself more so than anything else. Okay. Let's pull another card here. Group number 1. We have jump in, Andromedian energy, adventure, say yes to change. Yes, say yes to these new possibilities. Say yes instead of no. Say yes instead of running away. Say yes to trying new things, to jumping in head first. And really learning instead of expecting yourself to already have the skills and the knowledge that you were never taught or that you've never experienced. Okay, so there's a big message here for group number 1 to, again, I said it at the beginning with the pink color, right? Why do you have such high expectations for yourself? You would never expect somebody else to be able to do things that they didn't know how to do or that they were never taught how to do, but you hold that expectation for yourself, and you're really being asked to kind of acknowledge that and allow yourself to be a beginner, allow yourself to start fresh, allow yourself to try new things and to explore. Okay, group number 1, but I'm going to leave this here. This is what I'm seeing for my beautiful souls that chose this pile. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel, and consider subscribing or joining the channel if you feel called to do so. The link is in the description box below. I thank you guys so incredibly much for joining me here today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number 2. Those of you that chose image number 2 here, this reading is for you. And we're looking at messages for my starseeds, my lightworkers, my healers, old souls. Okay, so starting off, group number 1, I'm really picking up on kind of these lily pads and like this pond energy down here. And I really feel like for a lot of you guys, there's something here about altering your consciousness as a healing modality. So some of you guys here may be really looking into that, or you may have experienced that, and it may have really changed your reality and really brought in like a renewed sense, almost like of life force energy. And I'm really picking up on like plant medicine, and things like that. I'm not going to go too deep into it because this is YouTube, but I feel like those energies are here, okay? Maybe some of you guys have been contemplating trying some of those, or going on some type of journey or trip, if you will, in an altered state of consciousness to heal or to transform your perception of reality. And I feel like that's something that could be very powerful for you, group number 2, even if it's just meditation or doing workshops with guides and things like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and read the message on the back of this card here, and then we will move into your tarot and the rest of your cards. Okay, group number 2. So our message here is luminescence. Okay, when we journey through life from our hearts, it illuminates the darkness. Illusion drops away, and we see what is real. Consider the parts of yourself you may not be accepting. You may be experiencing inner dissonance due to what you are trying to push away. This card is about self-love, deep, compassionate, unconditional love that brings you into wholeness. Luminescence means essence of light. Nothing shines like a heart emanating with love. You can shine through the shadows most gracefully when there is no fear within. Accept all your shades to allow more light and love inside and out of your world. Okay, group number 2. So there's a huge message here of maybe needing to shift the way you are perceiving yourself. I am feeling like for some of you guys, you may have this perception or this belief system that, like, why would anybody want me? Kind of energy here. And you are being asked to shift that. I also feel like group number 2, you guys are very, very gifted, empathic light workers. You are very good at healing people from your heart space. It's almost as though your heart space radiates light to really dissipate the shadowy aspects and energies and the fear and the pain and the trauma emotionally in other people specifically. So healing people's emotions, or emotional stagnancy, especially with this pond energy, helping people move through their emotional self to purge their emotional body. You may be a catalyst for this for other people, and if you haven't experienced that yet, I feel like you're coming into that energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards for group number 2 and go a little deeper into this message. For group number 2, please. We have the 8 of Swords with restriction. Yes. The Hierophant with join together. Okay. And the Chariot with determination. Okay, so group number 2, A big message that I'm getting here for you is a need for integration of your shadow self and your higher self, like bringing all of the parts together instead of trying to separate yourself from your shadow, or separate yourself from your emotions, or separate yourself from your heart space. So group number 2, you guys may be going through an emotional purge right now, and you may really be fighting it or resisting it in some way, shape, or form, even if it's very deeply subconscious. But there's definitely an essence of holding yourself back, of holding yourself underwater, feeling like you need to be separate, either from parts of yourself or from other people even. Kind of that energy of, why would anybody else want me, or why would anybody else care about me or choose me, kind of energy and mentality here. And I feel like that's very subconscious, kind of shadow energy that you're being guided to heal now, because it's restricting you from connection, from true connection. Group number 2, you are being guided through a healing journey of the shadow, of the heart space, and I feel of the mind, of the perception of your belief system about yourself, to really be able to connect to this reality, to other people, to Mother Earth, to your body. Group number 2, you guys may really have a tendency to be very much in your head, or to really kind of disconnect energetically from your physical body. You may find that you're kind of an autopilot a lot, or it's very easy for you to kind of go somewhere else mentally or energetically, and really just kind of disconnect. And you're really being guided to go through this healing journey to learn how to reconnect to yourself, to your heart, to your emotional body, as well as to others and other people, and this 3D reality. Really learning how to ground yourself may be very, very beneficial. And I do feel like for group number 2, grounding yourself has a lot to do with water, swimming, baths, kind of just going to a lake and putting your feet in the water can be very grounding for you and really allow you to be very present in your body and in the moment. With this Hierophant card here, I'm really seeing, it says join together, but I'm really seeing this disconnect of you being up here, you know, in the moon, right? And very much so disconnected from our world. And this could be energetically, like I said, emotionally, mentally, or even physically. For some of you guys, you may find that you really withdraw or isolate yourself at different points. You're really being asked to reconnect to yourself first and foremost, so that you can reconnect to this world. Reconnect to your emotional body specifically, group number 2. It's very, very full is what I'm seeing here. Like your emotional body is very, very full. And you've kind of just closed the door to that and not allowed yourself to deal with those emotions or process those emotions. And because of that, you're just holding on to those emotions because they're trapped in your emotional body, and there's no room for any other kind of emotional experience. So I do feel, group number 2, that you may be feeling very overwhelmed. You may be feeling like your emotions kind of overflow and like you have no control over it. And this is because your emotional body is very full, kind of like your cup is overflowing right now, right? Any little bump kind of sends water out of the cup because it's so incredibly full. So you're really being, I feel like, guided to understand that there's an emotional purge needed. And this is going to happen when you allow yourself to reconnect to your emotional body, to really ask yourself, how am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? And allow yourself to go through the emotions and acknowledge the emotions that come up instead of resisting them or running away from them potentially. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards for you, group number 2. Let's see what other messages we have for my beautiful souls that chose group number 2. Okay, so we have assessing. Yeah, there's a need to look at it instead of avoiding it or resisting it, to look at yourself, to look at how you're feeling, to acknowledge yourself. Group number 2, okay? You can never heal or fix or overcome anything if you don't allow yourself to look at it. If you just pretend like it isn't there, it's never going to get better. Okay, so let's pull another card. Group number 2. We have the weight of the world. Boundaries, let it go. It is not yours to carry. I love this card. So group number 2, something that I'm seeing here is you may find, especially with this kind of empathic lightworker energy that I was picking up on, you may find that as a coping mechanism for yourself, subconsciously you take on the responsibility and the weight of other people's emotional wounds or dissatisfaction or problems, and try to kind of work through those for them as a subconscious way of not having to work through your own. So there is kind of a need to really figure out how to separate yourself from that in a way where you are able to have and acknowledge and assess your own emotional self and heal that and get to know that part of yourself, instead of covering that part of yourself up with other people's energies, other people's baggage, other people's burdens. Okay? So this is what I'm seeing for my beautiful group number 2. I'm going to leave this here for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel. And consider subscribing or joining the channel if you feel called to do so. The link is in the description. I thank you guys so incredibly much for joining me here today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number 3. Those of you that chose image number 3 here, this reading is for you, and we are looking at messages for my starseeds, lightworkers, healers, old souls. Okay, so starting off, group number 3, I'm very strongly getting the sense that you guys are shadow healers. And also very much so picking up on the crown chakra here with this kind of almost, it reminds me of a succulent. And with succulents can be very hard to grow, right? They can be very hard to keep alive. They can be very hard to keep growing. And a big part of that is learning how to care for them. So there's something here about caring for your crown chakra. But I also really, really feel for group number 3 that you guys are kind of my souls that go through the darkness with other souls to help them navigate. You don't shy away from the darkness or the shadow. In fact, you're very familiar and comfortable with it. You may find that you're more comfortable in the shadows or the darkness or the trauma than you are in the light. Interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead, group number 3, and we're going to read the message on the back of this card, and then we will get into your tarot and the rest of your oracle messages, okay? So group number 3, we have Internal Explorer. When we stop looking outside ourselves and surrender to a soft inner focus, we have access to unlimited information and resources. When we stop thinking with the glass ceiling of our intellect, we have access to multidimensional wisdom from the collective consciousness. Everything is there within you, waiting for expression. You are invited to explore the state of flow. You are an infinitely amazing being who can access collective consciousness, especially when you surrender some control to the greater process or get out of your own way. You have the permission you felt you needed. Go within and explore. Wonderful gifts are waiting for you. I love this. So we have Internal Explorer for group number 3. And I really feel that. I really feel like you guys are very much so kind of like my shadow explorers. And I love that. Very much so healing, very much so a light bringer. In the darkest times. And I feel like group number 3, your guides are really wanting you to connect more to the higher realms. And this may be something that you've been a little bit resistant to because, like I said, you're more comfortable in the darkness. But really picking up on that crown chakra energy, there's a need to connect to the collective consciousness, to your higher self, to higher vibrational energies, because shadow energy can be very dense. It can be very heavy, right? So I feel like you guys are being asked to learn how to move freely between the very dense and heavy energy and the very freeing light energy, okay? And this may have to do with learning how to really transmute these heavy energies instead of maybe just carrying them for other people or just sitting with them. Interesting. Group number 3, you guys may have also really experienced a very heavy dark night of the soul, and you may help others navigate through that part of their journey. It's almost like you are a dark night guide, which is fascinating to me. I love that, and I resonate with that very deeply. I am very, very able to recognize the shadow in other people. I feel like the shadow is very loud to me, and it's not in a negative way. I don't judge other people or, look at them in a negative light because I can see their shadow, but I can see what drives them to live the way that they do and to maneuver the world the way that they do, and kind of where they hold their wounds or their trauma. And I feel like you guys also do this. You're very able to see how people move from their shadow even when they feel like they're hiding that part of themselves. Let's go ahead, group number 3, and pull some tarot and go a little deeper into this message for you for group number 3. We have the Knight of Wands, a force of nature. The Three of Pentacles with collaboration. Wow. And the Sun with success. I love it. Group number 3. I really feel like you guys are being guided to work with other people intentionally, but also to work with your guides, to collaborate with your guides, to collaborate with your higher self, I almost feel like group number 3, the biggest message that's coming through here is that there's somebody coming in that's going to feel very kind of fated. Like this, there's a force of nature at work here that is aligning you and another soul, and you two are meant to build a business based off of healing or helping people go through their journey in some kind of way. And there's a lot of success in this. We have the sun, the light coming up out of the darkness, right? You guys may be meant to like create some sort of retreat, or maybe even at this time you're being called to attend a retreat so that you can experience that before you lead that kind of energy. But there's definitely something here that I'm seeing for group number 3, that you are meant to work in this physical world as a guide, as a journey partner. You're almost like you and another soul are meant to build and collaborate in some sort of way to become assistance to others while they go through their journey, while they navigate their darkness. Wow. So I feel like that feels very specific. But that is what I'm seeing. So let's go ahead and pull a couple oracle cards, group number 3. We have the full moon with power. You guys are very, very powerful beings. And you have the potential and the capacity to really change people's life. I am seeing for some of you guys that you may even, maybe this can come through as helping people through depression, as helping people heal from even like suicidal thoughts or tendencies. I love this. It's almost, I want to say you're like a shadow caretaker. But you're meant to do something with this. You're meant to create retreats or to build some sort of business that helps people navigate this darkness, but in a very spiritual way. I'm almost seeing like shamanic type journeys here. It feels like it's in a very spiritual way and in a very spiritual setting. And I love that even here in this full moon card, she's in this black dress, right? And we have this kind of dark being here in your initial image as well. You are a force of nature. You have the ability to change people's realities in such a positive way. Wow. So let's pull another card, group number 3. This could also be helping people through addictions, and things like that as well. Maybe like a rehab center for some of you. But we have the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. I feel like you guys are a portal And it's like when people come into contact with you and go through this journey, this gestation period with you, they come out the other side into the light as a new person, as a renewed person, as a much more healed person, a much brighter person. You are like a mother, right? I love it. But this is what I'm seeing for my beautiful souls that chose this pile. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, if it brought you value, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel, and consider subscribing or joining the channel if you feel called to do so. The link to join is in the description box below. I thank you guys so incredibly much for joining me here today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number 4. Those of you that chose image number 4 here, this reading is for you. And group number 4, immediately the energy I get from this imagery is the energy of a phoenix. And with that, I'm really getting that you guys are old souls, that you guys have kind of been around the block. You've done this. You've lived many lives, is what I'm hearing. Very much so, lived very many lives, especially here on Earth. And I'm also being called to like past life work. So this may be something that you're doing, or something that maybe you're about to be doing, group number 4. But we are going to read the message on the back of this card, and then we will move into your tarot and the rest of your oracle messages. Okay, so group number 4, our message for you is the sacral chakra, the core of creation. Revel in the present moment and feel deeply into your senses, the sensuality of being alive, the breeze on your skin, the scent of damp earth, the feeling of aligning perfectly into the temple you call your body. This card is about diving into the depths of the present moment, where all your faculties are available for divine creation. Nothing is left in the past or caught in the future. All of who you are unites in a moment of ecstatic conception. Let yourself drop into passion, intimacy, and loving connection with whatever you are birthing into the world, and with whomever you have chosen to co-create. Okay. So group number 4, I think a big part of your reading here has to do with like the purpose of why you kind of chose to come to Earth again, why your soul chose to come to Earth again, and that is for pleasure. And you may find that you really keep yourself from things that bring you pleasure in this lifetime, and you're meant to kind of overcome that, group number 4. You may have a lot of wounding that is held in your sacral chakra, and this could have to do with your mother or feminine energies within your life. This could have to do with intimacy and your ability to be intimate with yourself or with others. This could have to do with relationship trauma, romantic relationship trauma, as well as financial energies can be held in the sacral chakra as well. Impulsive spending or fear of lack, these kinds of energies. I'm also picking up again on past life, but past life relationships. So you may be meant to really heal a lot of sacral chakra wounding that's not only from this lifetime, but from multiple lifetimes, group number 4. And you're really meant to learn how to enjoy life and to allow yourself to indulge in pleasure and in your senses and in your, sensuality, in your there's just this sense, this kind of almost overwhelming sense of needing to indulge in pleasure and your desires. And allowing yourself to have those things instead of telling yourself that you can't or you aren't worthy or it's not safe. And those energies may have served you at one time, group number 4. But at this time in your life, they have no purpose. That survival energy, that resistance to indulge in this mindset that you don't deserve it or that it's not safe, those energies, those mindsets, those belief systems served a purpose when they were initiated, okay? They served a purpose and you needed that in that moment, but now they have no purpose, and now it's time to release those and allow yourself to really live in this very luxurious, sensual reality. Okay, group number 4. So let's go ahead and get into your tarot and go a little deeper into this message for you for group number 4. We have the 8 of Pentacles with attainment, the Queen of Cups with supportive. This is that flow state as well. And the 3 of Pentacles with collaboration with whomever you co-create. I love this. Group number 4, I'm really seeing here with attainment that there's this mindset that maybe you have to work really hard in order to be able to have fun. This kind of work hard, play hard mindset or belief system is being asked to be evaluated here. And I feel like part of that is because you never feel like you've done enough. You never feel like you've done enough work in order to deserve relaxing or taking a break or doing something that you truly desire. You may really tend to put other people's needs in front of your own because, you know, it feels like this mindset of like, well, they need it more than I do. And your guides are coming through here very strongly saying that you need it. You need your own energy. You need what you've worked so hard for, okay? And you deserve what you've worked so hard for. With the Queen of Cups here with supportive, this is very much so that flow state energy, very much so allowing yourself to indulge in things that allow you to expand and kind of disconnect from this very structural driven reality I feel like that you may be living in right now. So whatever it is, whether it's the arts or writing or reading or dancing, walking, whatever it is that allows you to kind of lose track of time and to just be in the moment, whatever it is that brings you joy that you can just be in the moment in, you're really being asked to indulge in, because those energies are supportive and healing and important, just as important. Group number 4. And we have the 3 of Pentacles with collaboration, and the message on the back of your image, talked about co-creating, talked about collaborating. Some of you guys, this could definitely have to do with romantic energies, allowing yourself to indulge in romance, romanticizing your life, allowing yourself to explore with a partner, or allowing yourself to build with a a business partner, allowing yourself to create an empire or a business that is driven solely out of what you desire to do, what you desire to create. Okay? So focusing on what you desire and doing the things that bring you joy, that bring you pleasure, instead of just working at this job because I need the money, even though I hate it. No. Your guides are saying no more of that. It is causing you more harm than good. Okay? And we do live in this world that we live in, so doing these things in a practical way is fine. But there's a need to do them. There's a need to find an avenue to attain the life and the lifestyle and the partners and the friends and the hobbies and the work that delight you, that bring you pleasure, that bring you joy. Okay? Let's pull a couple oracle cards for group number 4, please. The unexpected with blue moon. So there's a big message here for group number 4 to surrender to the unknown, to surrender and allow your desire and your joy to lead you into uncharted territory. Okay? Be open to new experiences. Be open to trying new things. Be open to following where your joy leads you. And I feel like you're going to be very surprised at how your life changes in a way that's so beautiful. Let's pull another card here. Group number 4. Some of you guys, this could be an unexpected partner as well. I'm seeing here come in, like out of the blue, a partner or a friend. It could be romantic, it could be platonic, it doesn't matter. It's just there's a very unexpected connection with somebody that I feel like you end up collaborating with in a way that allows you to explore your desires, sensual play, luxury. Interesting. You guys may be meeting up with somebody that you were connected to in a past life as well. Like I brought up past life relationships and healing from past life relationships, I also feel like there is a soul that you've lived life with before that is coming in to help you kind of navigate through this season, at least in your life. We have earthed, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Learning how to be human. I love that, group number 4. Learning how to be human. Learning how to indulge in this reality, which is very sensual. Our senses and our physical bodies, and learning how to bring joy, right? Learning how to indulge in the earthly pleasure is so important for you guys right now, and it's going to be very healing, especially to your sacral chakra, group number 4. I love it. But this is what I'm seeing for my beautiful souls that chose this pile. I'm going to leave this here for you. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, if it brought you value, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel. And consider subscribing or joining the channel if you feel called to do so. The link to join is in the description box below. I thank you so incredibly much for joining me here today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.